Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Manifesting Your Desires. It is Antonio checking in, and today I want to talk about how how meditation can make you unstoppable, but you have to learn how to remain neutral. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because personally I experienced this, and number two, I noticed an individual left a comment, and they said how just regular meditation, can have you unstoppable. And I 100% experienced that. And the thing about me and making this channel, a lot of things that I talk about is basically my experience. It's not like I'm researching and then come making this making this content. Now, if I do research something and I come make content, I'll give you guys a reference. You feel me? I'll be like, hey, this is where I found it out. This is the book that I got this from. What you think? But this particular situation was interesting because throughout the years, like I said, I'm not new to meditation. I've been doing it. But throughout the years, I would notice I have these spurts. Like, I'm eating good, exercising, meditating, just listening to my certain type of music throughout the day. It's just vibing high. And I notice like I'm feeling just good. You had them days, them moments, them times where you just like, man, I'm killing it right now. And you just lit, you turn. And then after that high, you just like you hit a low. And then you'll be looking back like, man, dang, that's crazy. Just last week, I was just gung-ho, Mr. Positivity, Mr. Hold Your Head High, Mr. Meditate, Mr. Eat Right, Mr. Exercise. And now this week, somebody lifting me up. But that's what we need. We need to help each other. But I say that to say, when you meditate, like that individual said, you really become unstoppable. Not in a sense that you can't physically be stopped, but in a sense you won't be able to physically be able to be stopped because of a spiritual protection. But in a sense that you're just, I don't know, man, when you vibing high and you sending out that high frequency, man, it just, like one of the subscribers, not one of them, I don't like to say subscribers, but an individual also commented and was like, yo, you got a healthy and glowy skin. That's what I'm saying. When you meditating, I drink a lot of tea too, but when you meditating and you vibrating higher, your aura is going to glow. And shout out to those two individuals too, because I actually checked out their channel and they actually, you could tell, like you can look at people's aura and tell like, yo, them folks doing the work for real. So shout out those two individuals who left those comments on the last two videos. I forget their name. I think one of them name was Shay and Kay. I'm not. But if y'all see this, I'm talking to y'all. But beautiful aura, by the way. And when you vibing high and you meditating, you also got to learn how to remain neutral. And that's one of the things that I learned through trial and error, like a lot of other things, because I would be on this high horse, and being on this high horse comes with a low. And if you're not able to manage that low can be real detrimental. It's kind of like, I don't know if you guys ever just seen a stock market chart or some type of stock graph, where it's like the stock will go up, then it'll have a crazy low. It'll go up, have a low. And the thing about vibrating highs is like when you have those highs, if you exert all your energy while you're at that high, even if you just exert, not saying that you can't be joyful and happy and celebrate, but if you just bouncing and prancing around, you got to think that's still energy that you use, and bouncing and prancing and just being lit, you're going to drop down. You're going to hit that low. You're going to hit a real low. So when you at these high states, it's okay to celebrate, to be happy. Inwardly, it can feel like fireworks, but outwardly, and even inwardly, you want to remain neutral. And when I say neutral, you just want to treat it as if that's normal for you. Because every time you hit a high, for me personally, from my experience, I feel like every time I hit a high, if I'm just bouncing around celebrating, to me, that's something that I'm not used to. And if I'm not used to it, it's like I'm not going to be able to, I don't want to say stay there, because you're never going to stay in one spot in life, if that makes sense. But it's like my mind is like, oh, this is temporary. Then it'll bring me back down. I mean, you're going to go back down anyway, because that's just the law of polarity. The opposite. If you got a high, you're going to have a low. And if you go up, you got to come down. Now, the thing about remaining neutral while in this high vibrating state is that when you do have a low, let's say, for instance, you go up here, you high, you remain neutral, you might just drop down right here. You shoot back up, you feel me? And you'll drop down, but your whole life will be on the uptrend, and you will normalize being in a high vibration or emitting a high frequency. So you operating in a high vibration is going to be normal. You see what I'm saying? It's not going to be such of a shock, because usually we get super, super happy and joyous when things, I guess, are new, something we haven't experienced, and that's rightfully so. There's nothing wrong with that, But you want to get to a point where you normalize being in a high vibration. Just like you want to get to the point where you normalize meditation. You want to get to a point where you normalize being able to, hey, where's my attention right now? You want to normalize eating healthy. You don't want it to be a struggle. You want to normalize exercising. There's certain things that you just want to normalize in your life. And for me, I noticed that me being neutral, it allows me to remain on a higher vibration. And when I do drop, my drop is not like low. You see what I'm saying? It's not real drastic, because staying in that neutral state, I'm training my mind that no matter what's going on, I'm still able to, control my mood. I'm still able to control my thoughts, my feelings, my emotions. And part of that, I'm still learning. I'm not going to sit here and just like, oh, I mastered that. I'm still learning that. But it's like I developed a formula. And I'm pretty sure you guys watching this, maybe you experienced this, maybe you haven't. But next time you're in a high state, just notice like how turned and how lit you are. And then notice that after that, you probably hit a real low. Like I'm telling you, I know people out here that experience like, man, I've been doing good these last couple of weeks. And then boom. You like, yo, I was just doing good. Now I'm eating honey buns, ice creams, drinking Coca-Cola. I don't smoke too much za. Oh, Lord. You feel me? It's like, but if you learn to remain neutral, even when you feeling low, it's not going to affect you as much, because you're going to still be in that neutral state. And being in that neutral state, it's like being in the now. And you able to catch your attention. Well, one of the things that I've been doing lately is I've been like throughout the day, when I find my mind just wandering off into some just random stuff, you know how your mind do, I ask myself like, where's my attention right now? And just by me asking that, it's like sometimes I'll snap back into like a visual that I have of my life that I desire. I just snap back into just a imaginative thought, and it's keeping me on track. So my thing to you guys, enjoy vibrating high, because we all know when you vibrate high, you send off a higher frequency. But also learn that when you vibrate at high, learn how to remain neutral, because when you remain neutral, you can coast in that state. And when you vibrating high and remaining neutral, when you drop, because a low is going to happen. That's just, it doesn't have nothing to do with you being a good or bad person. Nobody in life is just going up, 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 up. At some point, you're going to have an incline. Now, it's up to you to choose how much of that incline that you will experience. And that is solely based off of your neutrality. So just remember, if you're feeling good and vibing high, enjoy it. But also, just think like, oh, okay, I got to center myself. I got to remain neutral. Let me not get too turned. Because if you get too turned and too lit, boom, that low is going to come. But if you get turned and then become aware, you'll drop a little bit and then you can rise back up. Drop a little bit, rise back up, and your life will be on the up and up. Just think. Like, I don't know if a lot of y'all been to clubs. I've been to clubs before, turned, drunk, lit, everything. And just imagine how turned you was in a club. You just on this good high. And then the next day you wake up, boom, you low. Like, how I feel horrible. But just a couple hours ago, I was turned. That's the same thing. Imagine if you was at the club, you was turned, and you was like, okay, I'm turned. I done hit my limit. It's time for me to go. I got to go home and get some rest. Boom, you wake up the next day refreshed, like, dang, I had a good night last night. I ain't got no hangover, yada, yada, yada. It's the same thing. You feel what I'm saying? It's the same exact thing. So y'all keep vibing high, but just remain neutral. I'm telling you guys, just remain neutral. It's okay to smile, to be happy, spread positivity, but don't overexert your energy, because I know when you vibrating high, I know some days you just be like, just so super chipper, just talking to everybody. You in the store, no, go ahead, you can go in front of me. It's good, I ain't tripping. and that's good right there. But I'm saying, like, when you just lit, like, them days you lit, you turned up in the car, music loud, you just bouncing around, you just lit. That's still an exertion of energy, and it's good. But after you done being lit, go back to being centered, because that neutral state is going to help you to stay in that high vibration. So when you do drop, and I must say it again, because you will drop. When you drop, you won't drop this low, but you might drop this low just by being neutral. And then guess what? You can go back up. Drop a little bit more, go back up. It's simple. So meditation will have you feeling unstoppable. It will make you unstoppable. But you have to remain neutral. Hey, man, I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. Y'all stay down. Y'all stay good. Y'all be good. Y'all be great. Y'all already know. Stay up, stay down. Until next time, man. I appreciate y'all for watching this. Peace out.